Welcome to the OAPN Podcast with your host, Adarsh Sakare. No bullshit, no cuts, 100% raw conversations with 0% fucks to give. We don't encourage the consumption of alcohol, but if you want to open up a cold one while you watch this, it's not a bad idea.
Welcome to episode number 84 on a personal note with Adarsh Sakare. On 83 we had Anastasia Suri. I think one of those sweet episodes that took me back a few years ago, where I had read The Secret, and of course we've moved so far from that now, but that was of course the gateway of transformation, like it is for a lot of people. But it's nice to see what she's been doing with Chakra Athletica. If you haven't watched that episode, you should definitely check it out. Today we have another special guest in the studio. Before I introduce him, let's say hi to Narpath Raman. Hi Narpath.
Hi Adarsh. Hi guys.
How are things?
As I told you, I'm always shamelessly happy and happily lost.
Happily lost? Wow. What do you mean by that?
I'm lost in my own ways. I don't have to. How do I say that? I don't have to justify how I'm lost to people.
So what, you're just exploring?
Yeah, I'm 24/7 looking at what can happen. What else? How can you push human potential to next level?
Oh wow. So a little about Narpath. Of course, we are also here to know a lot more, but I think what drew us is his ability to understand energies and thoughts of people around him, which is what of course helps him do the things he does. I don't even know if I should call it tricks or maybe reading minds.
We can call it psychological entertainment, or we can call it psychological illusion also.
Psychological illusion. I like psychological entertainment.
Yeah,
that sounds nice.
I also prefer
being psychological entertainment.
Yeah,
right. So he's had his fair share of wowing, celebrities and people and the public and conferences and gatherings and whatnot, right? And there've been times when people, of course, haven't understood at all how he does what he does, which includes us. No idea how he does what he does. But I think it's mysterious, right? Like some of these things, you almost treat them as a breed of people. Like you belong to a breed, I feel. Like a breed of people who we have no idea about. We have no idea like where they came from, why they chose this, and how they have the ability that they have. Is there a science behind it? Is it something that we can all do? Is it something they have learned with a lot of meticulous planning? And there's also this feel of, there's like this box of secrets being passed on only to certain people since years, and maybe Narpath is one of them. And somehow these box of secrets just don't go out, and it makes everything a little more mysterious. It's interesting because Narpath tells me he's interested in philosophy, so maybe we'll get around that. So if you know Narpath, welcome to this episode. Maybe you'll get to know a little more about him for sure. And if you don't know Narpath, and maybe you've just watched one of his Instagram videos where people are going, wow, this is the story behind how he makes people go crazy. So welcome to the episode. Welcome Narpath. Thanks for accepting the invitation.
Absolutely my pleasure, Adarsh. You've been sweet, you're warm, easy to talk to, and these are the kind of people I look forward to meeting.
Yeah. So what is it? There's a box of secrets.
Well, should I talk like an artist, or should I talk like Narpath? How Narpath would talk?
Talk, bro. Whichever way you want, your wish.
It's no box of secrets. I think when I'm always asked how do you do what I do, I always tell this: anybody can learn this. Literally anybody can learn this. Even a 15-year-old kid can learn this. Of course, with 20 years of practice. Nice. So this is a joke I crack always, right? When somebody asks me how I do, so when I say that, it's not just a joke, it's kind of true. What I'm talking about is putting 10 to 15 hours of work for 10 years, you reach a decent level.
Yeah,
that is how deep this idea is.
So it's not easy.
I think very modestly I should say it's not easy. I should not say it is not easy. I think very, very modestly I should say it's not, because the amount of work involved, the most complex thing in the world is people. It's not physics, or it's
It's not business, it's not science, it's people.
People, most complex things. And we claim to, look at the claim that me and people like me have. I'm going to read your dash mind. Right?
No, you can fill in the dash on
I could, right? I 2 hours more, right? So, so 30 more times to fill the dash.
Nice,
right? And look, the claim is very bold. Right? And the potential failure of claiming something as big as this and not being able to fulfill is embarrassment. So look at the very
the stakes
tight,
are high.
It's crazy high. Right? It's like a politician. You're claiming you vote for me, then I will bloody come and change your life. And we're claiming I can read your mind, hire me, give me money. And then if the failure of not being able to pulling this off is high stake.
Very interesting. So maybe let's go back a bit. So anyone in your family has done this before?
Nope. Nobody in my family has taken any risk.
Who all at home?
We are four. We have 4 kids. I'm the last one.
Oh, there are 4.
My parents didn't understand.
The first 3 were failures.
In my eyes or in their eyes?
No, I'm kidding.
They're not watching, I think. They may. I don't even know. My cousins are. Cut this.
So they didn't go down any.
No. My first brother is a lawyer.
Oh wow.
Sister is a doctor. Another brother is a banker.
Oh wow.
So I was the last one to. So I was the one. I grew up as an introverted kid. Back in Chennai. I grew up in Chennai. I'm a Chennai boy who came to Bangalore and life changed in Bangalore. I'm settled in Bangalore. So I finished my engineering, just like most, I don't know, you?
No, I skipped that.
They skipped that.
I skipped that because I had a sister who fell into that. I have a sister.
Somebody from the family has to.
Yeah,
if not you,
someone has to.
Somebody
and
has
then
to.
you learn from that.
Yeah. Somebody has to do the sacrifice.
Yeah, clearly.
If engineers are watching, I'm sure they'll understand. I mean, I think it's reached a point all of us do engineering and then figure out what is next.
Yeah.
It used to be 10 standard or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So I did the same thing. I grew up as an introverted kid. I had no confidence. I used to slouch. I grew up as a fat kid. I used to always compare myself with others. I would always be insecure. That was me growing up. Until 12th standard, almost. I was the kid who had my own group. Right?
You had your own group.
In the sense, we were those. All schools had these insecure rowdy boys who are good for nothing, but I think they're doing crazy shit when you're 16, 17. I was one of those boys. I would crack jokes at you.
Where did you go to school?
When did I go to school? I finished, long way back.
Where?
Chennai.
Yeah. Oh. So no education in Bangalore?
No. I came for work. I finished college in Chennai.
Okay.
I came for work. Life took a U-turn. Not a U-turn. I don't know. UVX turn in Bangalore.
What was that turn?
That was me getting introduced to this idea called mentalism. Or reading minds. When I was 23, I'm right now 33. I just finished it
in 10 years.
Just finished it.
And who was that person who caused it? Person or thing or phenomenon or video or
society?
Okay.
Yeah, more than society, I think my view of society. That growing up, I never had attention. I think when I think of it right now, after 10 years, why did I come this far? More than how all of us can figure out. Do you have internet? You can figure out. Anybody can figure out anything. How? Yeah, right. Why I've come this far, or at least my initial spark of doing that was not because I love the art form of mentalism. That'll be a wrong perception of being truthful to myself.
It's also superficial.
It's very superficial.
Yeah.
Real truth was I want attention.
Yeah.
The kid who never got attention. The girls never had girls. All of a sudden, girls are looking at me, talking to me.
Yeah.
The men I thought will never talk. The men I thought was high status.
Yeah.
Wanted my association.
Yeah.
Like I speak real truth, guys. I speak hardcore, brutal truth.
Yeah.
Please, shameless. Please judge me.
Yeah.
Good. So it was the kid who compared myself with others. Where am I in this society? Why am I low? Why am I not as competent? Why am I not as good? That kid all of a sudden got attention through this art form. So I did like the art form too, But that was not my driver. My driver was this new boy, came to Bangalore and is doing some 3-4 crazy things, and people are respecting you for that. That was my initial.
But where did you see it? Any video? Or?
I got sparked by I went through a bad phase. So I came to Bangalore, finished college in Chennai, came to Bangalore for work. My first job was Accenture.
Oh, wow.
I can mention names now.
Yeah, take it. No, I am not working there.
You're not working there.
Neither are you. I'm guessing.
No.
Yeah, so it's fine.
I perform with it.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I also make a lot of money because of Accenture.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's one of my clients.
Is it?
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get around that.
Yeah. So I worked for 8 months. I came to Bangalore because my first girlfriend back in college. Yeah.
So which number are you on now?
I'm married.
Oh, I didn't know this. There you go. Wow. What a question. Nice. I'm glad. Congratulations.
Okay. Not many people know, I think.
Okay.
I'm married for 4 years.
Not much of it is there on your Instagram.
No.
Yeah, see? That's why.
Initially, we used to put, but right now it feels boring. Yeah. Why would you show a love story?
It's your life.
Yeah, I don't subscribe to the idea.
Sure.
There's a lot of money in that.
Truth.
Social media.
Truth be told.
Yeah. So that girl, I hope she's also not watching. So I came to Bangalore for her. Right?
Oh wow! Because she was here.
Because she was here. I finished mechanical engineering, but got a software job, and had no clue what software was. I still don't. So I came for her. I would do 2 hours of lunch with her, 1 hour of coffee with her, half an hour of tea with her. Nothing. Did no work. So they asked me to leave in 8 months.
What, Accenture?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
They said you're underperforming. And I was like, I know. Tell me something new. And then they were like, so I was asked the whole procedure they finished off. They said I was underperforming in the morning. I reacted. Afternoon, they said, what do you want to do? I said, cool, let me leave. Evening, I was gone.
You were done.
From morning to evening, I'm done.
Okay. And then?
And then the same time, I lost my sister.
Oh, wow. That is...
She killed herself.
Oh, man. This happened?
This happened 2013.
Okay.
So she was my cousin, but I was living with her. She's
okay. So very close.
Like a mom figure. After mom, you'll always have a figure, right?
So she kind of took care of you and
from childhood,
always there for you and everything.
Yes. My state cousin.
And all this happened at the same time.
All this happened at the same time. Like, jobless. So when I went jobless, this girl left. She got married. She got married 23. I don't know. Shit.
She got married also?
Yeah, she got married. She got married off in 6 months.
Nice.
Jobless, the girlfriend gone. That time, in fact, that was so hurtful.
Yeah.
When think of it right now, I'm laughing.
Yeah, no, 10 years ago, at 23, I mean, I'm 29 now. That's basically 6 years ago. I had my own fair share at that point, and I know exactly what that can feel like.
Yeah.
And I know exactly how that feels. So yeah.
I think most of them watching will not know. They will feel because all of us have, right? So when that happened, I was like shattered. Sister gone, this girl left, jobless, and an insecure kid in a new city with no friends.
The stage is set for success.
Yeah. So I used to stay near this college. What is it? Christ College. Right. So I was living in just one room, bathroom, kitchen. In that apartment, so I was living in the top, just one on the terrace, and then there were a lot of boys living in that apartment who were studying in Christ. Okay. That is when I'm getting introduced. I wouldn't say suicidal. That'll be too much of a push, but depressed, lonely kid, right? So that point I'm talking about when YouTube was not as fast as it is today. 2013. So I'm scrolling YouTube and I see a random video of a mentalist. The title says, the mentalist hypnotizes somebody to feel drunk. I'm clicking random. Right? I think when I think of it right now, it's not random. Algorithm wanted me to see this.
Yeah.
Right. Clicking, there's a guy called Darren Brown.
Okay.
By any chance, if you actually want to see some hardcore mentalism, that is the guy you want to watch. But he's a legend. He's right now he's 55. This generation do not understand what he's done. But I know he's God. Right. So Stop watching me, watch Darren Brown. So I'm saying this, Darren Brown. So let's say if I were Darren Brown, I'm talking to you and I'm just making you feel drunk just by talking to you. Right? That's what I'm seeing.
I need that shit.
You watch the shit. Get the shit. Where is alcohol?
No, I quit.
Are you like hiding somewhere? You're like,
No, I quit recently.
You quit recently.
Yeah. It was 10 years of hardcore drinking.
Ooh.
Because I didn't know about this guy,
Now you have reasons to.
Yeah.
I'm not influencing you.
But anyway.
Okay. So I see this and I'm wondering, what is this? I'm wondering both of these guys are actors or this mentalist is some sort of a god. So that was my initial spark. Then I started watching Darren Brown. I was obsessed with him. I watched every video in the topic. So I was lost. That is when this whole feeling of lack of self-worth and lack of self-respect suddenly, because when you put your mind to something and when you're lost, you suddenly feel like you're somebody else. That pursuit started. They started watching this guy called David Blaine. Most all of us would know. Then I understood, oh my God, this is strong. This is not just another art form. And I never grew up as an artist. And I was always that kid who was jealous of other people who did good. I'm being again extremely open. If you had a talent, I was that kid. I would crack a joke from the last row, but I would have no talent because just because I don't have talent, I was acting as that kid. Yeah. For that kid to suddenly realize, oh my God, it takes to present something. Yeah. What it takes to talk about something for a minute is so hard. That made me gave a slap on my face. What a dark kid I was. Right. That was my
wake up
call, slap on the face. Then I started respecting people who present anything, not just you and me. Yeah. Anybody who presents anything in front of people is no joke. Then I started approaching life in a very, very different manner. Approaching conversations in a different manner. I started respecting people for what they are. So my idea of learning mentalism changed my whole lens towards life. It's not just I'm learning a new skill. And then I thought, so then I got one more job, a consulting job. That also left in 8 months, 1 year. Got into the job so I would learn something in the morning, a trick. Let's get to that later. If it's a trick or not.
I know.
I would let's call this a principle right now. I would learn a principle in the morning.
Nice.
I would go perform the same principle at work, and then I started thinking, if I could impress you, I will get to why that is a wrong perception. The word impress is not appealing to me right now.
Sure.
I will get to that later.
Okay.
So that point, I want to impress you. I wanted to show. It was more about me. Validation. I want to dash a fucking short.
No.
See, slowly it'll come out. I'm very shy in the beginning. Right. Where am I?
You wanted to impress people.
I want to impress people. I would go. Then I started thinking, what would this be like to perform to unknown people? Because performing to known people is very, very different from performing to unknown people. Performing to unknown people is also when I say performing, it's a claim. I'm an absolute stranger on streets, approaching to you, shaking hands with you, locking eye contacts with you, claiming I can read your mind is a bold claim. So I started wondering how do I do this? Just did it. I used to stand on streets. I used to hold up. This is back in 15-16 in Korbangla, Empire Road. That's where all the colorful people are.
Yeah.
Right. So I used to stand there. I used to approach random people. I used to talk to, I don't know, I would have performed from a waitress to anybody on streets.
No camera.
I didn't understand social media. I should have right now.
That's pretty crazy,
Had I documented my journey, I'm not sure of virality, but at least I would have shown people how to come out of a shell, which is what the most of the world is.
The contrast would have been there, no? They would have seen
the cruest version of me trying to finish one sentence and to whatever wherever I reached.
Everything has a reason.
Everything has a reason. So then that is when girls are talking to me, the high status men are respecting me. I was called for high-end parties. I never imagined, right? I came for the girl. I thought max I thought maximum my potential would be to do an MBA and probably become a consultant. That was my maximum expectation out of myself. The most ambitious, not even a practical expectation. Most ambitious was that. And then I'm 24, 25, these things are happening to me. Quit my job. So I'm known for taking up a corporate job and quitting it in
a year.
So nobody agreed. Nobody, including my mom, dad, my siblings, my close friends. I grew up back in Chennai. Nobody, everybody was saying at that point it was not in the industry. At least today, there's somebody like me. There's a couple more people who are really doing good.
Yeah.
And right now we have learned to monetize it in a good form. I mean, modestly.
Of course.
At that point, the whole term mentalism was new. And we had to differentiate from being a magician, right?
Yeah.
Especially in a country like India,
It's still in process.
Still in process.
Hasn't happened.
Still, especially when
Your biggest corporates treat mentalists as magicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While trying to show mentalism in the forefront, still they assume it's magic.
It's magic.
Imagine if we said I'm a magician. I will be given a tapered cap, spot tummy,
Easy.
pulling objects out of
Red nose, everything.
red nose and everything, pink balls.
Really.
Right. So I understood. Okay, I understood there never ever, no matter how I do what I do, it can be a decent amount of trickery involved. It could be, but I'm not going to call myself that because I saw what conventional magicians were charging and how they were doing. I didn't want to be them.
Yeah.
So I started calling myself a mentalist. I don't know what conviction I had. I knew 3 principles I would call myself a mentalist when I was 24.
Today, how many principles do you know?
Today, I think hundreds. I think.
Yeah. Wow. Quite a journey, no?
Quite a journey. Fun journey. Yeah, that is where it started.
That's how it started. So let's go back into that phase of you being on the street and approaching people. So did you have times where it didn't work?
Absolutely. Even today I do. Yeah. Even today I fail.
And then what, like,
So initially,
came or like,
initially it was hurt. Initially it was like, how can I fail? It was that. And then, oh my God, how can I fail? How can I be rejected? But later, that's the best thing with rejection, right? If you embrace it, if you go shameless about it,
then you'll come out of it.
You'll become immune. Happily immune. I say immune, you're not like, oh my God, hit me, I still have to get up. Like, it doesn't matter. It's like a scratch. Why would you care?
And because you brought it up and I'm asking, and I feel like you're equipped to answer some of these things, right? You mentioned about your sister taking her own life, and I think some of us see death very close, maybe early on, and it may be in any form, right? Because of disease, maybe because of taking one's own life, a lot of these things. And I feel like it, and like you said, if you embrace that, it really opens up your eyes, and it opens you up to how big of a world this is, and how big of how deep life is in itself, because now you have to normalize death.
True.
For you to continue functioning, you have to normalize something called death, and death is, of course, like one of the biggest griefs that can exist in the human experience, right? And so now, how do you see some of these things? How do you see?
I'm an absolute. I do not feel shame talking about death. I'm glad you brought this up. I'm majorly into Stoicism. There's a study called Stoicism. Initially, it was just for me reading quotes here, and subscribing to a few Instagram channels reading quotes until I picked up the book called Meditations.
Okay.
If you read the book, you will go mad. So one of the very, very, very important ideas the book tries to translate to you is: imagine life as you're already dead.
Okay.
And then imagine there's very little left. How would you live your life if you had to live with that, just what is left? That opened my eyes to a level like I can't quantify. If imagine your life, imagine that you're already dead. There's very, very little left. How would you live if you start taking just that energy, just that feeling of it's left very little?
I have very little. Yeah.
How will you behave? How will you look at things? What kind of risks you'll take? What kind of transformation you'll bring to yourself and other people? How will you affect things? So that was that stayed with me all my life. That this philosophy will stay with me all my life.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting. I think it's makes you take actions quicker.
Exactly, because most of the world is stuck between
routine.
The thoughts. I can do this. I will do this until some never listen to what people say. This is one of the biggest psychological lessons that I've learned. Never listen to what people. Never listen to what people say. Always consciously focus on what people do.
Yeah. I'm very interested in continuing on some of these things, but I just want to go back a little again on maybe just how did you make things consistent for yourself, maybe in terms of work, how did it become more consistent? And you also mentioned that you had this breakup, and take me through how long did it take since then to meet your wife?
From my
how
girlfriend
did that
to
convincing
wife.
happen, where Narpath is saying I can read minds and also pay for the bills?
That was a very tough journey than actually pursuing the art form. So my first breakup 23, 24 until I met Nandini. My wife is 29. 6-7 years of
Oh wow.
I mean, nobody emotional.
Nobody emotional. Yeah, let's put it that way.
Yeah, let's put it that way. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
I mean, Nandini knows, so it's okay.
No, yeah, of course. I mean,
My mom is getting to know now.
No, it has to be that way, because again, to get emotionally attached takes time.
It takes time. Also, I didn't want distraction. I wanted, because here I'm trying to prove to my own friends and family that I can do this. And it was more of a question of how do I prove this? I have to prove. So I wanted no distraction. I mean, no disrespect to relationship. It's great. But somebody who was as ambitious as me at that point, it was just one way road for me. I had to do this. Because everybody I know is saying, people I respected, people I loved, saying, what is this? What are you showing tricks on streets? What is this? How will you make money? My mom was asking, great, I perform for her. She was like, great, okay. I did a card trick to her those days. She's like, great, but who will pay for this?
Who will pay for this? Yeah.
And I told her, if I go to events, they will hire me. You know what she asked? What are events? How to explain to mom what are events? Then I'm claiming I want to become a mentalist, which is not even a term. So I had to become a blind rebel. I had to say to myself, I'm shamelessly going to pursue this. No matter how much you love me, it doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah.
Sounds very brutal right now.
Yeah.
Does it?
No, it's fine.
Selfish?
No, of course not. It's completely okay. See, those questions you ask the audience. I don't think we are here to judge. So we were speaking about your pay, right? Like your mom asking you how's it going to pay you, and you explaining to her about events, and
I stopped. At one point I stopped. Because I read a quote: a man should never tell he should show.
Yeah,
right.
I think it's true.
It's true. Until you do something and show it to them, nobody's going to believe.
The day you realize that is when you become a man, by the way.
Otherwise, very sadly, you stay a boy.
Yeah, that's
very,
the thing.
very sadly, you stay a boy.
If you keep talking, you're a boy.
Yeah.
You want to grow up into like a man. You want to like mature up.
Please don't tell. Show.
Yeah, show it. Yeah,
and especially the world is brutal. I'm talking about your loved ones. Your own loved ones, not trusting you.
They're more brutal than your...
They're more brutal, 10 times more brutal.
Yeah.
Because others may give you fake compliments, you're doing good. They may go back and talk whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But your own loved ones. And you also love them, right?
Yeah.
So that is the difficult spot. So I stopped. I told myself, I'm going to show no matter what.
So that's good. And, again, right, so to just patch you back there. So how did you convince your wife that this can work? So you just you proved it, basically. You proved that
when I met her, I was already doing decent. I just performed for Dhoni. Those videos are coming out. My prices jumped. When I met her, I was doing decent. But to convince her, more than her, because she saw just the human side that I have, the emotional side that I have. What other girls saw or what anybody saw was, oh my god, somebody wizard. But I'm just using techniques. That's it. Yeah. Nobody's wizard. You could be wizard at podcasting.
Yeah.
I do not know how this works. In my eyes, you are a wizard. So it's very subjective. So I left my ego at very younger age, 27. Although I had not seen the biggest of stages, I still left my ego. I understood. No matter how good I think I am, there is somebody better than me. No matter how truth. No matter how good they think they are, there's somebody better than them.
Yeah.
And the better, the whole term doesn't make sense to me anymore.
It's also this, right? What is given to you is not yours.
We are renting this body.
Yeah. What is the arrogance you need to have to think that you figured this out yourself?
Bullshit.
And that's why people live. They say, I built this, I made this. You made nothing.
You made shit. I'm sorry.
You just surrendered to the plan that was given to you. And the more you surrender, the better you get.
And without for you to receive, they should be giving. Giving is everything. Your people, your internet. Right? So nobody, no.
So, I get how that growth story went from you figuring out how to talk to people, going from that shy guy to slowly maybe starting to you felt the need to prove, of course. I think that was
very personal for me. It was very personal for me.
That's where things started to change, and then maybe the ticket sizes got everything for you. And at what point were you completely convinced that this is what you want to do for the rest of your life?
There have been multiple stories. So one of them would be, I think I'll just say this one, the strongest one.
Sure.
So are you from Bangalore?
Yeah.
You stayed in Bangalore? Okay.
All through.
There used to be a place called Black Rabbit on Indira Nagar.
Heard of it, I guess.
Yeah, right. So I used to be a table mentalist on every Wednesday.
Okay.
This is
like what, a pub?
Pub.
A pub.
Okay. Hardcore pub. Not hardcore pub, but there's music playing.
Yeah.
People are coming to chill. So I used to go from table to table. That was one of my first professional jobs. I used to be paid.
So you were on retainer?
I was retainer.
Okay.
I was paid 2,500 Wednesday. My first job to be hired as a mentalist was on a pub called forgot the name. Yeah.
It's been a long
journey. So that was my every Saturday I used to be there. 1,500. And then every Wednesday I used to be at Black Rabbit. I just knew 4, 5, 6 tricks maybe possible. If I do the math, I was making 30K, 35K, 40K.
Yeah.
And my consulting job was paying me the same.
Yeah.
So that was a starting point for me to realize, this has money. If not, I do not know how much money this has. I do not know if this has large money, but at least I have money to survive.
To sustain.
And even at that time, my market was open.
Yeah.
Open for somebody like me who's just entertaining here and there, paying me 2,500 a day. At that point, it felt great. So I started that way. I started with restaurants. One of the stories that makes me keep pushing is so I'm performing with Black Rabbit. I meet a girl. I perform for her, and then she starts. So there used to be one of my very important things, things that I used to love doing was I would leave a wallet here. I would ask you to think of anybody you want in your personal life, and I would produce that name from the wallet. That used to be one of the very cool things that I used to do. That was my go-to. I'd done this to her. For me, it's a routine. For me, I would do this at every table I meet, every table I go to, right? But for her, it's personal. For her, it's emotional. What happened was, I asked her to think of somebody very important from her life. She thought of her mom. That whatever I did happen, she reads that piece of paper. She starts crying. I'm thinking, oh my God, my job is gone.
Because you
made a customer cry, right? Then she stops, she hugged me. I left. Next day, I'm getting a call from an unknown number. She calls. She says, Narpath, you have no clue what I've done. I'm like, what did I do? And she tells me that you have no clue what I've done because the piece of paper said, hey, her name, convey my regards to her mom's name. That was what I gave as a gift to her. Her mom and her parents are divorced or estranged, whatever.
Okay.
Right? She hadn't spoken to her mom in 10 years.
Wow.
She used that piece of paper. She took a picture of that piece of paper, sent it to her mom. That happened to be the starting point for the family to get back together. Family got back together. She's sending me a picture of her mom, and the dad.
Wow.
She sends me this. Then I'm starting to wonder. Oh, for me it is a technical, how I approach this technically, but for them it is very, very different.
Very emotional. And maybe you were the medium in her life, right? For that change, because you followed your heart.
Oh yeah.
You were able to deliver. Yeah, you were able to deliver something impactful, and that's only because you followed your heart. You couldn't have done that as a software engineer, by the way. It's only because you followed your heart, you became this medium of the universe to transport that message, and it was delivered through you. And she's thanking you, but you're like, no, this is just transaction for me because you're doing your duty.
And then absolutely, I was until that point it was transactional for me.
Yeah,
because I was looking at it from money perspective, right?
Yeah.
I didn't look at it from an impact perspective.
Yeah,
that was a shifting point.
That's nice. So today you're 33. You said.
Yeah.
So
correct.
No, it's good. I think wisdom suits people.
Yeah.
So if you had to like rate yourself in like the top 10 mentalists in India, where would you place yourself?
I think I could be South India's top 1, India's top 5, I think.
In top 5?
I think so.
And you're very aware of this?
Yeah, bro. In the industry, I think they know.
Yeah, in top 5. So there are people.
Oh yeah. There's a girl called Suhani Shah who's killing it. She's a good friend. There's a guy called Karan.
Marketing game is like,
oh, he's just phenomenal. Her content game is phenomenal.
Marketing game is like
over the roof. She's really good. She's a good friend. There's a guy called Karan Singh in Delhi. South, I could be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I doubt this.
In South, you're sure that. And that's a pretty good accomplishment, no?
No pride in that, honestly. Because I'm kind of shifting careers. I'm not anymore marketing myself as a mentalist. I'm not anymore an artist mentalist who's trying to entertain or impress you. I'm taking next leap.
What is this leap?
So my last 3-4 years, I again stumbled upon a quote: "Don't impress them, impress upon them." Because that kid who wanted attention was doing that for me until these events happened when I saw the impact. So I took a large note. I wrote impress you, strike it off. I wrote on top of it, impress upon you. Impressing you is more about me. Look at me, I've done this. I'm cool. Right? I'm cool. Look at me. And that it didn't make sense to me when I hit 28. Right? Impress upon you is the time I'm spending with you. It has to be so impactful for you and me. I have to affect you. I have to bring something. You have to change. I have to transform.
Okay.
That philosophy changed. Then I started studying. I sidelined a little bit of approaching mentalism as an art form. I started approaching how to understand and genuinely understand people. So I started getting into persuasion. I started getting into philosophy. I just preach to people who are in my first circle, but I'm actually creating a product purely based on this. Since I understand EdTech very much.
What product is this? What are you selling?
I'm starting a cult.
Okay. And you're being real about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
Why would I joke? No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So what do you wanna do with this cult? What do you wanna achieve?
What do I want to achieve? Achieve is what do you think about persuasion? What do you think about what is persuasion according to you?
To me?
Or what is persuasion according to you?
What is persuasion according to me? Convince someone to do something.
Okay. When I say persuasion, the word persuasion, does it ring a negative connotation to you, or does it feel like persuasion is good?
I think
it's more dark.
The initial is negative, but if you dig deep, then it can be positive.
Okay.
Like initially, it sounds negative.
Initially sounds dark, if not negative.
I agree.
Sounds like I'm manipulating to do something, right?
I agree. Yeah.
So that's extremely wrong. Persuasion is purely understanding people. Purely, if I had to persuade you, if I had to, let's say, make you buy something that I wanted to buy, you should leave the room thinking Adarsh made the decision. He did not. Narpath never forced you.
Got it.
Right. So I started studying this. How extremely charismatic people. I'm talking about people like from Muhammad Ali to Hitler to Jayalalitha to Michael Jackson. How these people move people. Have you wondered how Abdul Kalam names never enter? How they move, the kind of impact they have when they leave this world is immense.
It's immense, yeah.
So I started studying those people. So I started handpicking people from each industry. So I'm creating a edtech product on how do I say this? How to be charismatic and persuasive that can change the world, not necessarily to sell something.
So what am I buying here? I'm buying a course.
You are buying an entry into my cult.
Okay.
So I'm handpicking 13 people.
Not yet handpicked.
I have a list of 100 people. This one I won't pitch. Since I'm starting a cult again, my marketing philosophy is very different. Rather than I understand how to. So I have a course, first of all. If you know,
okay.
I have taught mentalism. I have 15,000 students that made decent
That
money.
teach. I mean, that learn.
Yeah, actually, I'm known more for my ads than for my mentalism videos. My ads have tortured people.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
Yeah, so there I saw again, I'm going tangents here and there.
Sure, go for it.
So
I won't lose track.
So let me go back to past and then come back to the persuasion right now. So Dhoni happened. I performed for him. That's a different story. If we can talk about that later. Suddenly my prices went up. I was performing. I got married and then pandemic happened. Just got married. Pandemic happened. Then I had to. She is a wedding planner. I am an artist, and we couldn't figure out anything. And that's when I started thinking. I was minus 20,000 when I got married. I did my own wedding.
You spent like a lot of money.
No. I told him ego. I will do my own wedding. I took no money from them.
You didn't take money from them.
Also, they didn't have.
That's the other truth.
That's the real truth.
That's the real truth.
This is the cover up.
Oh, wow.
So I did my own wedding. I was minus 20. Pandemic happened. Then I started wondering, what do I know? I know nothing else but this.
Yeah.
So I started wondering how do I make money? If I teach this to you, will you pay me? So I sent a broadcast message, made a video to all my clients, all the people who have shown interest of learning this. From minus 80, so I said 1 month I will teach you half of what I know, and you give me 20,000
per person.
40 people agreed.
How much is that? Do the math.
8 lakhs.
8 lakhs. You earned 8 lakhs that month.
I had from minus 20 during pandemic.
And you earned 8 lakhs.
Yeah, that's the starting of the story.
Oh.
That's the beginning of the story. That's the beginning of the story. Right?
Enough said. Anyway, nice.
So
let's go.
Look at the shift. If you look at my journey, the the mind shift, the expansion of mind. When you think you're so limited, and then magic happens, and then you think, oh, this can happen. Then you go through a rough period. Something else happens. You start wondering, oh my God, this can happen too. In one day, 8 lakhs I taught for a month. Just my phone and Zoom. Literally my Android phone and my Zoom. Nothing else. Students, every day I would go study because that was the first time I was teaching.
And it's a different.
It's a very being in teaching is very, very different.
Yeah.
Right.
Doing it and teaching it is very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Very, very different. Then I'm like, oh my God. Then I started wondering.
It's a new market.
There's a large market.
Yeah.
Large market. Then I started wondering, if I can teach 20 people and make 8 lakhs, why would I not bring down the prices and teach to thousands of people? They started studying edtech. What is edtech? And the pandemic beginning is when everybody was learning. Because it's primal for us to learn. If you stop learning, you will go mad. It's primal for us. It's inbuilt. It's in the genes. Right. So I started studying the neuroscience of learning. So I go extreme. Whenever it comes to research, I go mad. Then I started wondering, what is edtech? Spoke to a few people. I told them I will teach. I'll make 7 to 8 hours of mentalism teaching content. Can you market and do this and shoot and do this? Couple of boys agreed. I didn't know them, but we started. I started understanding what ads are, what a hook is, how to hook an audience, what is a hook, how to tell a story, how to convince them, what is video, what is looking into a camera. So because right? So started learning everything. And I'm becoming a new man in 6 months. Then I launched my what landing pages are, what ads are, what ad spend is. right? So I had to learn everything. So then I launched my course. First month my ad spend was, we can talk numbers?
Yeah.
First month my ad spend was some 80K. Course made 12 lakhs. Again, mind is expanding. What is happening? Then we just scrapping the course. 3.5 years, it's made 6 crores revenue.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the last 3.5 years.
3.5 years. We almost scrapped it. But went to this highest point. Right now it's on. It's available for free.
It's available for free.
Yeah.
Wow. And 6 crores revenue. And what did you make out of that?
Profit could have been a couple of crores, I think. I think I have spent all of them. I have nothing.
You've spent everything on what?
See, that's what I'm saying. No, when suddenly money comes for somebody like me, I don't know how to handle it.
Tell me like top 3 things you spent your money on.
I spent on people. I spent on vacation. I spent on. I tried helping family. We had a debt. Where I helped clearing
Extended
that.
family.
No, my own family. Mom and dad. So I became like a Robin Hood. Wrong. Absolutely. If you suddenly make money, please learn from
What, you
mistakes.
don't have money now?
I came by auto, yeah.
No, but what, that big a hit?
No, that big hit because I didn't understand taxes. I didn't understand investment.
But so you're saying you got really hit then?
Oh.
You got hit bad.
Slab after slab. Yeah. I'm talking about
What are you saying?
Yeah. And the biggest, I didn't understand GST, right? So when you bought a course, I'm telling truth. Right? So I didn't understand IT, what GST is, what IT is, what taxes are. So then I didn't know the 40%, 30 to 40% of the incoming money, which was in lakhs, I didn't know it was not mine. I had to pay GST back and IT back. So then I've done crazy mistakes. Oh my God. I had 20 lakhs. I bought a BMW for 15 lakhs.
Still with you? You sold?
Still with me, yeah.
Thank God. At least that stayed. What else stayed? A car stayed?
No, the learning stayed.
No, learnings, of course. I mean, I think I can, that much I know. If there's anything that stayed, it's the learnings. Okay, that much I know. So the car stayed. Did a home stay? Did you buy a home? No,
I don't believe in buying homes.
Your wife stayed.
She stayed.
Your wife stayed.
She could have left.
Yeah, she could have left. Your wife stayed.
Yeah.
That's a big, big win there. Any investment stayed?
So again, I didn't do anything.
Oh wow, fuck man.
Then after hit, last 1 year, I understood everything. I reversed.
Yeah, I think there's also something like I've observed, and honestly, it's. I don't know, you tell me, you know, this thing of big money coming in. And see, when you said 6 crores, it's big money for you. It's
1 crore is big.
Yeah, and it's extremely huge for me, but maybe not for a lot of people because they've seen that type of money. I think it becomes crazy because we've never seen that type of money, and we go wrong in managing it. And in understanding it.
Making money is one, managing and multiplying is very, very, very different science. Most of the world is stuck at wondering how to make money. That's how the system works. Right? Very few of us come out of the, I don't know if you can use the word matrix. Very few come out. That's how the whole society is built. That's how it is meant to happen. Unless somebody like you and me who comes out and says, I'm gonna break it somehow and come out. Very sadly, most of us will stay there. Very, very sadly.
Does it feel like you lost a chance?
No, I feel so great right now. If without me doing those costly mistakes, I wouldn't have understood anything. Now I've already started reversing. I know exactly what money is. Exactly. It's not about. I used to think my money is about. Oh, if I should show off a BMW. Now I came by auto. It doesn't matter anymore.
So the way you're looking at it is
very, very different. So started studying money, how banks work. Again, see, I told you this may not go in a mentalism rich direction. This may go in a. I started studying how banks work. Have you ever wondered how banks make money? This can change your life if you don't. So I went mad. So whenever hit happens, I've seen a pattern. I would go do something bizarre, something one should not do. Take a hit, and I would start studying how it happened. Then I would master it. That's been my pattern. So then I started wondering how banks work. Okay, if I give you a 500 rupees note, and who told you that piece of paper is worth 500?
Like I can buy things.
No, who told you that exact piece of paper is worth 500?
The bank. Yeah.
What if I told you it's perception, right? It's purely perception.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody can say that piece of paper is exactly 500. Banks. What if it took just 100? If banks could create that perception, what if I told you the bank just spent 100 rupees making that 500 rupees note, and they're sitting on a 400 profit with every production of a 500 rupees note?
That's a very different way of looking at it.
That is exactly how banks work. But that is one. If I give you my money on FD, you give me 6%, 7% interest rate. But if I borrow money from your bank, you charge me 15% interest rate. So they're getting the math.
Yeah.
So I started going this deep. Then I started studying Illuminati. I went mad. I go mad.
You also got challenged. I feel like it made you feel like small.
You have to take personal slaps, personal punches too. There's no,
because there was also like this ego that was getting built, no? With all that money that came.
Absolutely.
I was also the ego getting built.
I had extreme superiority complex.
Is what got slapped.
I deserved it. Absolutely deserved it.
Painful. It does, but I also feel like you said, you can take it all back.
My last year has been very different. My slap was so hard. I had to get up and learn.
So has it started to happen again?
Oh yeah, I reversed it.
Yeah.
Not reversed it, reversing it.
Reversing it. And this is where the new edtech product comes in.
This is where, so when I started studying, understanding how human science works, it's not, I didn't want to box myself into a term called mentalist who was performing at an event. When my idea changed from impressing you to impressing upon you, I want impact. But for me to impact you, I should really know a lot of things. So the last 2-3 years, I've gone mad studying, experimenting how the world works, how as a society we operate, why certain people could reach that level and certain people can't. What persuasion is, how selling is. In fact, your mom is a salesman. You are a salesman. Everybody are just salespeople. Your mom had to sell the idea that if you wanted dessert, you wanted sweet first. She had to somehow manipulate you, wrong term, persuade you positively to make you believe that you have those are first, then I'll give you dessert.
Then you'll get the result.
So I looked at everything. And then I started, as I was learning, I was wondering, there's nobody talking about this and knowing this. Why can't I be the flag bearer of getting this wisdom out? So I started thinking, and I read the book called Blue Ocean Strategy.
I've heard about this.
Oh, it's crazy. Very simple. Nothing. I can explain the idea in right now. So if you're let's say there are 100 podcasters or thousands. Let's call 100. Right? What will Adarsh do if Adarsh just did the same thing over and over, that the podcasting, going by podcasting standards, you're still swimming in a Red Sea with full red players. Whereas if you do something extremely bizarre, you suddenly stand out. Suddenly you become blue. That's all the book says. Play Blue Ocean Strategy game always. Then I started thinking, if nobody's talking about this, I don't want to just create another tech product. Why can't people learn from me, and I will handpick 13 people. I will give it a cult sort of a branding, in the sense it'll be little cultish. It'll be like an inner circle sort of a cultish. And through my body of work, I may have access to some important
people with money.
People with money, people with influence, people with power.
Who'll pay for your product.
Who'll pay for me. It'll be high ticket.
That's the main. And then they start like advocating for.
There is no bigger marketing as me as a friend coming and tell you, Adarsh, buy this, than any ad. No ad can produce that result. So then I'm launching, probably February, I'm handpicking these people. I will launch my first retreat, 3-day retreat, where we purely talk about how human behavior works, how we can persuade and affect people.
So that person is buying the knowledge, or that person is a member now after buying? I can't just take the knowledge and leave.
You are a permanent member of this cult. Again, I don't know. Since I started, I study so much about how cults work. If you look, what do you follow sports?
Yeah, a little cricket here and there.
Is cricket a cult?
It's led by one, I feel.
Okay. What is your favorite brand?
In what? Like just generally?
Anything. Nike.
That's like a difficult question to answer, I feel like. Okay, like I'll take like a clothing brand. I like Black Rabbit.
Black Rabbit.
Sorry, Rare Rabbit.
Rare Rabbit. Personally, you do, but Rare Rabbit is not a cult. I'm just trying to give you an example, like a Nike.
You're saying it's a cult brand?
100%. Apple is a cult brand.
Okay.
So the cult is more about a feeling, right? You feel you belong to an idea or a person. What about Hitler? What do you think Hitler is?
No, that's a cult. Yeah.
How one look at this. Look at the science of this. How could one person, purely driven by his ideology, make entire of Germany kill 6 million Jews? What kind of persuasion he and his team should have had to make the entire of Germany believe they are enemies? So I started studying. I started studying Che Guevara, Hitler. I went dark. I got into Laws of Power, Robert Greene. I don't know. I'm just slow this video down. Watch all of this. So I went mad.
But I also feel like cults are not created intentionally.
Okay.
I feel like cults are created when just some people follow their heart ruthlessly, and the only way it's gonna come through is cult, through a cult formation.
You're talking about the creator of the cult or the followers of the cult?
I mean, just like first of all, the formation of the cult, the creator, the followers, and the whole phenomenon, the impact that it leaves. Of course, the core is one individual. So I'm just saying that a certain someone can't get into life saying I'm going to create a cult. I'm saying that when an individual follows his or her heart ruthlessly, the intuitions or
the body of work, the genuine impact that automatically translated
the
to a cult.
Byproduct of it is sometimes a formation of a cult, because there was no other way to continue pursuing it, is what I feel.
Yeah. On the contrary, you can look at cult as this as well. Yeah, sure. There have been conscious cults for sure. There have been consciously done.
And I think
but again,
it's doable.
Very doable. No, very doable.
But how long do they last?
Yeah,
that's the other thing.
People come and go.
Yeah, very consciously, I don't know if it's sustainable. That's where I'm getting
It's extremely difficult to maintain a cult.
Yeah.
And especially secretive cults. No, there have been cult is a thing that have existed always. Colleges had a cult. Schools had a cult.
Yeah.
A group of people believing in something, somebody or an idea, blindly doing what this person or the idea demanded. It's always been existing. It has always existed. It will exist.
Well, very interesting.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. The whole topic is...
You're really like, you're really fucking around. Like
I'm genuinely fucking around. I'm not fucking around. I'm genuinely...
as intense, like, as we made it sound, it's really like saying, I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Almost that, yeah. But at the same time, I want to give the 10x value.
No, I think that's the core. Without that, it's not going to go anywhere anyway.
Yeah.
There's no value. Like,
I don't want to play safe. I don't want to play modest.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm thinking of? No, I don't want to do that. I'm starting. I'm starting something extremely new. That's the branding I'm looking to build.
It's nice. It's interesting. And what does your wife feel about these schools of thoughts?
We don't discuss much work. She's traveling. I'm traveling all the time. She does her wedding. She's gone for 4-5 days. I'm gone for 3-4 days. We come back. It's not a...
What does she do?
She runs a wedding agency, her own.
Wow.
She plans weddings.
She can ideally book you.
No, that's why we have a clear... We're not working together. We're partners in life, not partners in business. I can't do business with people I know.
Very interesting. We came so far from some of the things that we
Oh
speak
shit, we have
about.
come random.
But it's very nice. I really enjoyed. Maybe just one or two more things before we hop on back to this wagon, and just to like ensure that these parts are also documented, right? So do you still enjoy wowing a conference?
I do. I would not lie that I don't, but I'm not looking forward to it. If somebody insisted or somebody were expecting me to perform so much, I would for sure. But again, I don't associate.
And what,
myself.
it costs a lot to book you now?
I still decent.
Okay.
I still do.
But you're available.
Available. I'm picking gigs. I came from Hyderabad doing a gig yesterday also.
Okay.
I still do. I handpick them, but most of my energy goes into creating this next cult. Actually affecting people. Actually teaching people how this works. Pushing human potential next level than trying to impress your event. I think that side of mine is not dead, but it's
like
I think
it's taken its own.
10 years. I'm no more. I think it's a thing of my age also. I think I'm 33. I've read too much of stoicism, too much of business, so I can't associate with that kid who wants attention anymore. I do not care.
So somewhere, do you feel like you should have been in a better place at 33?
No, I'm in a great place.
Yeah.
The idea comes. It causes self-talk happens, but how I come out of that idea is telling myself, no, I think without these, whatever I had to face, whatever anybody had to face, meant to happen. Good and bad, both are meant to happen.
And like, what is Narpath compared to like an international mentalist?
Nobody. Is nothing. I'm not a very, very commercially known performer. I think people have seen.
What, you never wanted to be?
No.
Like what, you didn't want to get booked at Vegas and things like that?
Dream was there for sure.
Then so what? Now you're okay with like not doing that?
I'm very purpose driven. What will that serve me? Even if I had to go to Vegas, I wanted
More
to
money.
More money, sure.
Your name on a bigger billboard, a better Instagram post.
Those purposes don't make sense to me anymore. I started looking at life from a perspective: how does my presence, if I entertained you at a show, you came, paid tickets, or you saw me at a corporate event, I'm not impacting your life anymore.
Do you really mean that, or has it become like a defense mechanism? You think what you're saying? Because you've been so honest. And I just want to like brutally ask you, right?
Please
because
go for it.
I know some of these things are gonna happen to like a lot of us, and I just want to get like the authentic truth, right? Because what you just said, if it's a defense mechanism, I'm not against that, but are you saying you genuinely believe like that's not your purpose anymore?
100%. I feel it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because for me to
then that's good. That's fine then. Then you're in a good place.
I'm in a happy place. Again, for me to reach here also, I had to again see from a normal guy to become a mentalist. I had to convince my own people. Now I'm convincing my own people that I'm this is right, and I'm looking for people who accept me for exactly who I am, and I will do the same back to you. Without boxing you into anything. So I started feeling, my problem was I started studying too much away from mentalism. Too much about life, too much about philosophy, too much about how humans have existed, too much about history. So that gave me a very, very larger perspective. And then I started telling me why, great, I was decent, I was good, but that should not box me. I want to be a philosopher, I want to be a teacher, I want to be, I don't know, anything. I want to be a football coach. That is one of my biggest things that I want to try. So I don't want to put myself into one box. And the idea of dying as the world's best known mentalist was less appealing to me than somebody who tried and tested everything.
Yeah, if you mean that, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because my ego at some point wanted to push, do more videos, get more viral. No, at one point I'm like, no. I'm playing a game that is not necessarily fulfilling my purpose. My purpose is to actually affect people.
So I think I'm repeating this, but I like the idea of you approaching this in a very structured format, in trying to make this like a monetized business.
I love the smell of money.
Yeah. And of course, I feel like there's a lot that you're going to be doing around it, and maybe a few months later we'll have you on again to speak about some of these things. But what is it that and maybe as I ask you this question, I want to maybe answer it myself too. So what is it that what's the impact that you want to make? What's the impact that you want to create before you leave?
Leave the earth?
Yeah.
I think about my death a lot, actually. I was crazy enough to do something called death meditation also at some point.
Wow, I've heard of this.
Yeah. You imagine you're dead, and you imagine who's around, how many people are around. That will give you an indicator of what sort of life you want to build, right? So I think I should have genuinely transformed people's lives. They should have. I mean, people should genuinely cry. That's the way I would put it.
Yeah.
People should cry their heart out that I'm gone.
Yeah. So that's for sure. You feel that in you.
I think I'm lucky enough to already create some 15 people with confidence, I can say. If I can make it to millions, that is where the game is. People who do not know you cry for you. People who do not know you personally cry for you. That is how I would want to create. And Abdul Kalam, tomorrow if let's say Shah Rukh Khan died, for example. You don't know him personally, but you may cry.
Yeah.
Right.
You'll feel that emotion.
You'll feel that emotion. So that is the kind of impact. That does not directly translate into me saying I want to become a celebrity. No.
Do you think people who have created that impact knew that they wanted to create that impact?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Right?
It's such a, I've always wondered that. And I think so too, by the way. I feel 100%.
100%.
100%.
If you think of, let's say, if you go and ask A.R. Rahman, why is he creating this sort of phenomenal music? I don't think he's going to say, I want one more hit.
Yeah.
He's going to say, the songs I'm making, if you're going through a breakup, it should change it.
Yeah.
If you're going through failure, it should change it. That'll be his purpose. That'll how he'll be operating. That's the level he'll be operating at. I think it's imperative for anybody who wants to do good, for them to think that way,
intentionally and consciously.
Impact. What kind of? So I don't think he's going to approach this song is going to become a hit. No. What? No. He'll be putting his energy into how can this have a personal impact in millions of people. So he's changing lives. So he'll be approaching music in a philosophical manner. I don't think numbers matter to them anymore.
And maybe they never did.
Maybe they
That's
never
another
did.
thing.
Or on the contrary, if you started thinking possibly in that angle, numbers will rush in if the purpose was bigger.
And what you pray?
I'm a believer. Yeah. I'm a convert from a non-believer to a believer.
What does that mean?
So growing up, I always used to, argue that I'm an atheist without even understanding anything, without having seen nothing in life. So magic is for me to exist right now like this is magic. If you saw me back in school and college, you would have laughed. I was a laughing stock.
So you're saying what? There's a power. There's a face to this power?
No. I see how I explain God is it's a very personal feeling. What according to you God is need not necessarily be what according to me. I think there's again superpower. People talk about all of this very often. There's a superpower, all of that. But for me, it's just a feeling. It's very very personal to me. Somewhere inside, it's not driving me. It's not forcing me, but it's with me. Do I see it? No. Do I feel it? Yes. Nothing. I give it no name. I give it no form. I give it. I don't know. Nothing. It's
there.
Just there somewhere.
And same thing driving all of us.
It's very personal. It's very very personal. So I don't want to conclude because who am I to conclude God? I'm a mere human. I'm a mere human.
I'm not asking you to conclude.
Correct. For me, it works. For me, the idea of feeling that there is something with me, it works. It keeps me more driven, more purpose driven. Get up and do it. somebody watching or whatever, right? That gives me an extra mile. That's it. I never believed religion. I'm geocentric. Somebody argues about I've pushed myself to thinking I don't even belong to India. Right? India is again, it's controversial. I don't care. Just a boundary.
Yeah.
If you decide to draw 1 inch that side, you've gotten 1 inch from Pakistan, and they would have lost 1 inch, for which we are fighting and killing people, right?
Yeah.
So patriotism makes sense to me. Okay.
Yeah.
But the idea of even country does not make sense to me. Because if we read history, we have just been hunter-gatherers. The people who live here are not from here. All of us have mixed in North India, South India. Nothing means to me. No countries, every country is the same, everybody is the same. Women are the same across, men are the same across. See, I smirked when I said women are the same across.
Yeah, I saw that. It was captured also.
Captured.
And what, like this feeling that you mentioned, it gives you strength?
It gives me strength, yeah. It gives me...
Makes you feel special.
Yeah, I little bit have a complex.
Yeah. Makes you feel like you... Sometimes you may feel you're God. I get to those feelings sometimes, but that is not coming from a superiority complex point of view that oh my God, I'm better than you. Sometimes you feel like, oh my God, the human potential that I have is so much. If I simply want everybody to realize it. Yeah.
Because if look around, what is this? How could one make a light popping out? What is the camera? Humans have created mad shit, right?
Yeah.
And we still keep pushing it, and there seems to be no end. And people who are creating this are just as human, as flesh and bone as you and me. So I wonder in that way. Maybe that is God. Maybe that is God. Your human potential. You realizing that you can push yourself to levels you can't even imagine. We're going to moon. We're creating AI. What is this? And we are the creators of all of this. So maybe that is God.
So for a man of so many thoughts that are open to so much exploration, how did you sign up for marriage?
Oh, great question. I question marriage. I even question right now.
Yeah. Pretty,
yeah.
Like I would sign up for it, but I still feel like, some of us say again, you're married, so I got to be like very careful with.
Please be.
Words,
no, don't have to be.
It's like. We sometimes I feel like some of us are too early.
Just go for it. Don't filter.
We are too early in the evolution of some of these thoughts, because I feel like the way things are happening around marriage, the thought processes that are building is happening in a pretty right direction. And maybe we were born a little too early, because some of the benefits of this new way of looking at marriage, we are not going to be able to tap into.
Absolutely with you on that.
Yeah.
I don't think next generation will get married. I don't think they'll have as many kids as our parents had, which is good in a way.
It's also messed up in its own way.
Because then we will lose a sense of society. Then we lose the sense of family. I'm actually borderline. I'm in the center. I'm like, this exploration side of me is happening. On the other side, I'm married and there's a family and all that. And she knows, nothing knows very much. I'm very vocal about how I feel, how I look at life, look at society.
Because I also feel like a man like you needs to be alone.
Absolutely.
Because there's potential and there's like interest and there's like passion to drive impact and all of that. I have a feeling like some of these attachments kind of
I am extremely detached.
Slow it down.
Yeah. I have attachment towards very metaphysical things. What is parallel world? How do we operate as a society? I'm more in that, but she sees that side of mine too. Also, there is one childish side of mine, very silly side of mine. I think one should embrace both, because if you go just too much into knowledge, you need warmth. You
might become delusional.
I'm borderline.
Yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
It's difficult. It's difficult to keep coming back.
I'm borderline.
Yeah.
And I will admit.
It's true.
Because the consumption of knowledge, that I tend to partake in is unnecessary. In a common man's eye, in a conventional man's eye, I'm a lost maniac. But I say I'm happily lost.
Because when you start exploring, right, and you get it and you understand it, and you don't care if people are getting it or not.
No,
Because
that might be a little narcissistic also, from in their eyes. And sometimes when people meet me, they think I have a complex. I have a complex, but my purpose is not that. My purpose is to, bro, I was you. I'm trying to open your eyes. I have to be sometimes brutal to open your eyes because you're not going to listen to me. Because you're thinking, that's it, I will work, I'll get my monthly payment, I'll die. No. It's a birthright to do good.
And have you tried to document some of these explorations?
I try to see how much notes I've written. I have, like in movies, it comes like this, a bundle of 10 years of notes. And when I look at them back, I'd written something when I was 24, 25. I'm laughing at them right now. I'm trying to mix up if I had to document it, that'll be through a course or the other cult sort of thing that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I will mix up. I will want to have a very, very unique proposition or what is the right word? Business. This
Unique selling property.
Exactly. USP. Unique selling property is that proposal. Unique selling proposition is that my positioning will be that the things. See, look at me. I spend time on streets, introverted guy. So I have a story of that can connect to anybody. Every man in India, at least good percentage of men are introverted. They do not know how to come out of the shell. They do not know how the world operates. They're just wondering. When you look at a successful person on TV, you're just wondering how does success work. Maybe you and I will know a little bit at this point. But I'm talking about a 23-year-old kid who what is success? They don't know the science of this. So that is one category that I've come from. Then my last 4 years I've spent time with influential people where I've started studying how these people work, how the top 1% works. So right now I think I'm in a phase of life I understand both. Here I will talk to them in a very different language. Like, come out, there's so much more. Here I will talk to them in a very, very different language, that how to become 0.1% of the top 1%. So I'll create. So a retreat model will be talking to purely top 1% that will be high ticket, and this will be purely an attempt to get them out of the circle of life. So this will be pre-recorded. This will be spending time with me because you could ask me why this is not in person, because there's more money and more leverage. Imagine 13 people every month 13 influential people calling me mentor. At the end of 20 retreats, I have 260 influential people calling me mentor. That is leverage. In fact, that is what I'm trying to build than this.
Very interesting, this retreat.
Where is it is. It's happening in Goa mostly.
It's only on invitation, no? I'm guessing.
Invitation and a little money also.
That's fine. Money we can... I think, that's where it is. You sell it like that, no? People bring the money. Anyway, so let me give you like 2 choices, and I've given it to very few people, and
okay,
they've chosen their own and they've explained their own. Okay. And I think you know where this is going.
Okay. Mom or dad? I played that game.
Son or born. Don't insult us. No. Anyway. So I give you 2 options. You choose. You interpret it the way you want. You answer whatever you want. Right? So if you had to choose between meditation and drugs, what would you choose?
I didn't expect this. I was thinking, okay, he'll push it to a decent level.
But you can't choose both, by the way, because you can't choose both.
Both the same.
You choose now. You choose and tell me why you choose what.
I'll put on the spot. Option B.
This is
so. Yeah, I want to speak truth.
So I think I've asked this
I've done both,
four
right?
times. Was this 4 times? This is the 4th. The other 3 chose meditation. You're, the,
bullshit,
first, you're the first one.
I've done both, right?
And what works? You're saying option B works better?
Option B, second, I'm joking. I've done both.
No, you're not.
Okay. You're the minded enough. Cut this.
Let's go, bro. Let's fucking roll. Yeah.
Again, I've done both.
Sure.
What would I prefer is, again, the option B, drugs are more fun. Seem to be more fun.
Yeah.
Unless it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Meditation
It's faster.
It's faster. Meditation can be a habit. This can be recreational. Again, this is my viewpoint.
Yeah.
It should not consume you. You consume it once in a while. If it starts consuming you, you're meditating always. And you're dying soon.
Yeah, and you become a little more delusional than you should be.
Yeah, we're all delusional.
Yeah, and that makes you like even more delusional, I feel. But again, right, I think some of the people who have come here, so one of the recent reels that went viral on the podcast was this guest saying that drugs can get you till the door of the divine, and meditation will get you a peek inside. And that's the difference. So she said, yeah, drugs can help, but it can only get you till the door. It won't give you a glimpse of the divine, which only meditation can give you. So what do you feel about that?
I think she's true. I think she if she's telling this at this level, she should be some sort of expert.
Yeah.
I'm no expert.
Yeah. And I have a feeling that's, the truth. I think because it's also this, I feel like what... some insights that meditation gives you, the application of that into your real life is more long lasting than the application of insights you get on drugs.
Absolutely.
I feel. Yeah. And
have you tried meditation?
Meditation, absolutely not. I feel like I understand what is required to try the journey of option A, and I feel I'm not yet there. I feel I'm not yet there. And I feel like when you're there, you'll know. And I also feel like not everyone needs meditation. Now, when I say meditation, again, right, I have to correct myself here because I've learned this on the podcast. So meditation can, of course, be anything. There are multiple definitions of meditation.
Sports is one, music is one.
So yoga, let's say, right? Yoga is one of the ways. So yoga, again, is not for everyone. I think that I've realized. Again, the type of path that you are on, I don't think everyone can do yoga. That's the other thing.
You have understood the art of detachment.
No, I think I've understood the art of not getting attached.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being detached and not.
Yeah. It's like the art of detachment is you already like, you have a few things and you've learned how to let go. The thing is, I have very few things. Like, I don't have much.
Got it.
Because it's also like been taken away, right? Like, so I was 15 when I lost my dad.
Sorry.
So dad passed when I was 15. I saw a couple of heartbreaks, which was like pretty brutal. COVID taught me how to live without money. Basically, this place pretty much started on a loan, and it's still not making me the money that I want to. So a lot of those things, right? I think have like got me to a good place to be this nomad walking
crazy. You're not a crazy place.
Yeah,
phenomenal place.
Yeah, and I feel okay with even like marriage. Of course, like it's been on my mind. Like I'm not dating anyone right now, but I know that I want to consider it. But I've very consciously started to define how it needs to work if I need to get into it.
If that ever had to happen, you have...
Yeah, if it doesn't fit that, I'm not getting into it. I'm very clear on that definition, right? And if it doesn't, I'm fine. I don't want to get into it because it's too high of a cost to pay after all the costs I've already paid. So that's
the price you pay is a lot.
Yeah, and I think freedom is real. Freedom is so beautiful. Like when you have freedom, you just have hope, I feel. Like the
I
lesser.
think freedom is primal. We are born free.
Yeah.
Now we are constrained by all of this, but as hunter-gatherers, we were already born free.
Yeah.
What did we have?
And I've had these feelings of where you don't own anything, where nothing is yours. It feels nice when you start to accept.
It's just the real truth.
Yeah.
Why are countries fighting? That oh my God, you're crossing my border. Who the hell? No, nothing belongs to any of us.
Yeah. And I'll say something else which might be contradictory here. It is this feeling that also gives me a lot of confidence about the materialistic goals I have in my life. Where I feel like if I live in this, these things will anyway happen. I think that's also there. Because when you're not too worried about getting things, I think they come through.
Because when you're worried, you're putting stress upon it. Stress, the universe does not take.
Yeah.
It wants free flow. It's like water wants to flow. Water always wants to flow. And growth always is wanting to flow. The universe is always waiting to help you. It's flowing. We are the ones who block it. If you just let it flow, it will come to you. And everybody deserves as much as anybody. So energy-wise, if you put stress to anything, it won't grow.
So meditation didn't work?
No, I still do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And
not as a habit. I would probably do.
What do you feel? It's helped you?
100%.
In what way?
It has made me much more calmer, much more non-judgmental. I used to be extremely judgmental. It has made me hardly any judgmental anymore. It's made me calmer. I think if you bitched about me also, I think I'll honestly get up and say, I will ask you, are you going through something? I become that monk sort of a character. If you use bad words on me or like shouting, I will be like, I get it. What's been bothering you? Right. So I become that extremely calm in the storm sort of a character who could be a little annoying to people. Right? Something major happens, I'm reactionless, which can be annoying to some people. People who are living with you, who are close to you. But I'm very, very comfortable in the skin.
A lot of these things, like you have no aim of putting out these things online. Like
I think there is a need for somebody to talk about this.
I feel like
I'm still.
Why not? I mean, it can skyrocket like a lot of things.
Who is doing this? I don't know. I'm not. Is anybody talking as deep as this, or is anybody talking truth? Deep is different. I want to talk genuine, brutal truth. I literally want to slap you on the face because I'm slapped. I'm telling you, my slap is a medicine for you to be slapped with world.
I think some people are, but for you to be able to do that and for it to work, you need to be able to document the impact you're trying to make.
Okay.
So I feel like if we are able to document, like now even this new thing that you're doing and the impact that it makes, I feel like if it's documented right and if it's showed to the world, then you get the attention and then you can speak about.
I think so. I think that
you want.
Yeah, that is my next step in life. I'm not anymore associating with the artist mentalist anymore.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to do. The Gyan is so much fun.
It's nice.
It's nice.
Oh, wow.
And I think the more you go through in life, more Gyan you can give, more realistic you will feel for the people. And you're coming from a place of truth. You're coming from a place of personal transformation as well. You're not just reading from book and saying, right? You're attaching that to your own story. It's relatable. Where they have to see themselves in you. That is when a sale happens. Right?
Wow. So Narpath, I think I'm done. I think for this, you've given me a lot.
I think I've given too much. I think. Yeah.
No. This is great. Like honestly, you know how abrupt this ending is. It's literally like me saying, "Fine, we'll get back another time."
Sure, I would love that.
Because it's also this, like, we want to be a platform where it's not like a one episode thing. Like I have this dream that like for you, for example, 10 years down the line, I want to make like a documentary out of say 5-6 parts that I've shot with you.
Got it.
Because of course, like over the next 10 years, Narpath's
You will grow. I will grow.
Yeah, and I want to like document it in parts, and
Long game. It's a long game.
Yeah,
Maybe it's the beginning of something phenomenal later.
nothing else is more exciting for us than having 5-6 parts with Narpath Raman. Like
No, it'll be absolutely my
documentary.
My honor to be here. You've been so nice. You've been extremely warm. I felt an instant connection.
Yeah.
So thank you, man. Thanks a lot.
You know, it's also people like you that validate how far we can go with the podcast.
Sure.
Because if we were capable of having this conversation with you, it's a big validation for us. Because you had thoughts that were very challenging.
Challenging.
Yeah. And the fact that we could host that thought, I think gives us a big green signal to keep going.
So then it gives me as much of a green signal for me to get a platform to dump this, right? So it's very mutual.
Like,
it's not one way.
Document your thoughts, bro. Document your thoughts, like
But you've given me a spark. So I've been writing and knowing this for a very long time. I've been looking for validation, or I've been looking for some sort of a brotherhood or warmth.
Yeah.
Now you have given me that I will go and bloody do it.
It's like this guy, Naval Ravikant. Like
Legend.
Yeah.
What depth that guy has.
With simplicity. I feel like.
Have you heard of this? How to Become Rich?
Yeah, I still haven't like.
Yes, I also still not applied. I've just.
Yeah, it's very
deep.
It takes time. It's really layered, man.
Yeah, that legend.
That was the first time when I went in thinking I'm gonna get it and I didn't get it. Like it.
I also honestly have still haven't given because it needs focus. It needs pause.
Yeah.
Learn it for yourself.
So I feel like that's the vibe I got from you, like like a future Naval.
I think somewhere I'm naturally that somewhere I'm.
The vibe is there.
I think so.
Yeah.
I also feel so.
So yeah, all the best.
Thank you.
All the best for that.
You, Adarsh. Thank you, man.
And I think I found a friend today, man.
I too did. You anything want any sort of help? I would love to. I don't know what I can bring, but anything, reach out. I will.
No, I think we're just glad to know you. I think it'll be interesting.
What is your expectation out of me before? What did you thought I was?
Nothing close to this.
Nothing close to this.
Nothing.
What do you thought I?
I feel like now if I have to compare, like I feel like I rated you a 3 out of 10 before, and now it's like a 9 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, actually a 9 out of 10, yeah.
Hey,
like the conversation. And again, it's because there's not much of all of this on your Instagram.
Exactly. I'm very, very different guy.
And that's just like a testament to the truth of perception.
See, absolutely. That is when I look at myself, even right now, I'm not associating. I do not want to be any more cool. No, because I've been this in my personal life.
You know what's funny? Like my fucking introduction of him.
I was thinking inside.
What the fuck is that introduction, bro?
I wanted to genuinely start.
You know what? Fuck it. You come back and you see my introduction of you the next time. Because I feel like, but it's nice. It gives contrast.
No, right. Unless people meet in physical life, nobody knows. Because when you look at somebody through a lens, they're putting up an act. It's true. When you look at my videos, I'm putting up an act. I want to impress you. I want to be on your feed. But if you spend time with me, it's where you and I are genuine human beings, right?
Yeah.
So I love that. That is why I'm liking this more than that. No more cool.
No, but for sure, part 2 introduction, I want you to. You wait and watch, bro. My introduction of you on part 2. Anyway, but I think you're gonna get a few messages from us about like topics from all over the world. I feel like it's gonna be interesting to chat with you about.
Please, anything.
Right? Like just like at 2 a.m. in the night when you're trying to figure out something, and like just drop like a long voice note, no calling and all. Why, bro? He's married.
No,
you will take a call over.
I will take a call.
Okay.
No, nothing.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So kill it, brother. All the best.
Absolutely, for you the same. Others, thanks a lot. I had no expectation because I didn't know. I had zero expectation, and I honestly zero expectation. But you gave me the vibe. You gave me the warmth. I feel this is the beginning of something large.
Yeah.
I'll give you a term. You are a messenger. You are a humble messenger of a life-changing message.
Oh fuck! Damn.
You are a humble messenger of a life-changing message. In fact, if everybody started thinking of themselves that way, imagine what kind of impact we will have.
Yeah.
Carry the message.
That's very sweet. And yeah, man, we'll keep talking.
Yes.
Of course, after we cut as well. So if you watched till here, I think this was probably one of those episodes that we're going to be proud of for a very long time. It's very rare for me to get lost in conversation, honestly. And I think I did today. And it's what we do this for, to just get lost in thoughts and, see if we can figure out something there. And this was awesome. I think you're on to bigger things. Do them, enjoy them, and I don't think you're gonna allow anyone to get in the way anyway. This was Narpath Raman with probably the worst introduction on an episode, and I apologize for that. It'll be a better one the next time, and I promise you for that. So if you watched here, thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Thank you.